You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no
Flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time now you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix,
Welcome here to this special episode of the Allen Hilliard Sports. And the Coaches Weekly podcast here, we're going to go do something different. We're going to look through the state rankings here. Or the state playoff seeding anyway, not the rankings. If they are available, we'll look at them. But we'll look at the state winners from classes 1 through 3. We'll talk about the matchups. In this episode, we'll get all boys and girls together. So be sure to stick around. Again, I want to thank Security Bank of Pulaski County and Country Financial for sponsoring this podcast.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Security Bank of Pulaski County, with 2 convenient locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, Missouri, is a proud supporter of the Waynesville Tigers and the Lady Tigers athletics, including all their sports and activities. Security Bank is a member FDIC equal housing home lender. They can provide home loans, auto loans, whatever type of loan you need, and whatever support you need, give Security Bank a call or visit them in Waynesville, St. Robert, Missouri. We are back here. We are looking at our boys Class 1 matchups here. This will be at Advance High School in Advance, Missouri. Be Cooter at 24-5 against the Leopold Wildcats at 19-10. That game will be on Tuesday. Second matchup will be at Kabul High School. Will be the Bunker Eagles 26-2 against the Billing Wildcats at 24-5. So another good matchup. Again, at the very nice complex in Kabul. At Maysville, Missouri, Bramer 24-4 will face the 26-2 Princeton Tigers. Still using the old Tiger mascot. I like that there. These teams have quite a few common opponents. Looks like 7 of them. And Princeton has one more than Bramer on their common opponents. But other than that, it has been a pretty good matchup for both these teams. And our next matchup here, Faith Academy Christian Knights against the Rockport Blue Jays. 23-3 for Faith Christian, and 22-6 for Rockport. That game will be at Lathrop High School. From Fairgrove High School, they'll host the next round of the next game here. The Dadeville Bearcats at 19-9 against the Wheatland Mules at 20-9. Another matchup here where these teams have played, looks like 8 or 9 games with common opponents. Dadeville has lost 3 of them, and Wheatland has lost 2, but very tough competition here in this sectional ball game. Then Northwest Hughesville will host the Drexel Bearcats and the Kingsville Knights. Drexel at 25-3. Kingsville at 23-5. Again, another team that has faced many of these opponents. Kingsville has won all 7 matchups, and Drexel lost 1 by 4 points. So this should be another competitive matchup here, and again a Northern Missouri matchup. A lot of small teams in Northern Missouri, very beautiful part of the state. Now our next game, we at Glasgow High School, a team that we started the season with against Iberia. Tuscumbia Lions at 16-13 will face the Northeast Cairo Bearcats. Cairo 18-10. So kind of a stretch between these two teams here, but they're playing at Glasgow, which, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure where Glasgow is, but that is your Class 1 Sectional 5. And our final matchup here at Mercilin High School in Mercilin, Missouri. Again, they're hosting a few games. Green City Gophers 22-6 against the Brunswick Wildcats 25-3. Another very good matchup here, the way the brackets are set up. Some very good ball games here. You could watch all them on Misha TV, among other places here. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. We'll talk about the next class. ZCM Timber Harvesting is a supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Iberia Rangers and Lady Rangers in this basketball tournament. Want to thank them for being a big sponsor of this tournament once again. Go Rangers and Lady Rangers. Good luck from ZCM Timber Harvesting. Shelton Welding Custom Fab and Repair in Dixon, Missouri. Give them a call for all of your needs on your trucks, your home, whatever it may be. If it's a welding job, Shelton Welding and Custom Fab and Repair can make it right.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
So our boys matchup here for the first game is the 18-6 High Tie Indians against the 17-11 East Carter Redbirds. That'll be at Poplar Bluff High School. These games on Tuesday, by the way. Notre Dame and Cape Girardeau will host the Puxco Indians and the St. Vincent Indians in a battle in the Boot Hill. And Smith Cotton High School will host the Lincoln Cardinals and Crest Ridge Cougars, 21-6 against 21-7 Crest Ridge. Another good matchup there. Mid Buchanan High School will host the Wellington Napoleon Tigers at 14-11 against a 21-8 Penny Hornets team. And the Clompton Hawks and the Schuyler County Rams, Clompton 16-13, will play Schuyler County 21-7. That game will be at Palmyra High School. Again, all these boys' games are on Tuesday. And the from Harrisburg High School, it will be the Western Hawks at 22-7 against the New Franklin Bulldogs at 20-8. They have a lot of shared common opponents here, so that game should be a good competitive ball game. At Lebanon High School, it will be the Eugene Eagles at 23-4 against the Hartville Eagles, again at 23-5, or 23-5 for Eugene, 23-4 for Hartville. This is a very close matchup here, and ironically, none of them play any teams that are similar to, none of them play the same teams. But this is a game that, constantly is a state playoff matchup here, so we'll see how this goes, and we'll see the competitiveness of everything. And at Verona High School, our final quarterfinal matchup, the 25-3 Crane Pirates against the 15-13 Lockwood Pirates. They have faced 5 opponents here, and Crane has won all of them, while Purdy has won 2 of them. So it will be another good matchup, though. Lockwood's had a Fairly strong season here. Crane, a solid team. And we're going to look at where the boys are going to be going here for their playoff matchups. High Tie Puxco game. That game will be at Dexter High School on the 7th. That's Saturday. Lincoln and Wellington Napoleon will be played at Blue Springs High School up in Blue Springs, Missouri, near Kansas City. Clompton and Westrom game will be at Hannibal High School, north of St. Louis. Very pretty area. And the Eugene Crane matchup, it will be played at Buffalo High School. They're west of Lebanon. So, again, appreciate you for joining me here. That's your boys Class 2 matchups here. We'll be back with the boys Class 3. Match on Highway 28 is your local gas station for all your small grocery needs. Also, your Hunt's Brothers pizza provider, making it fresh in the store and keeping it warm under the lights for you. Multi flavors to choose from. You get 3 for $30. Also, all your snacks, chips, whatever you need, down to your beverages and down to your sweet snacks. Check out Dog Patch. The Dixon School District has been a sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports for many years now and continues to provide sponsorship. They have 3 state-of-the-art schools, including a high school, middle school, and an elementary school, all in Dixon, Missouri, serving the Dixon and St. Robert area children. Be sure to check them out at their new admin building on the corner downtown, just off of Main Street, the Dixon School District, Dixon, Missouri. We are here for our final boys matchup. Again, thank you for joining me today. It's a pleasure here. This coming out Sunday, obviously. Girls will play on Monday. Boys will play on Tuesday. But anyways, we're going to look at our matchups first. Caruthersville and Woodland. The Tigers 14-4 against the Woodland Cardinals at 24-4. 3 common opponents here, and kind of split the common opponents a little bit there. Bit of a big loss to Jackson by Caruthersville, but could be a very good contest coming out of that. Our next matchup at Fox High School in Arnold, Missouri. Valley Park and Miller, one of the St. Louis public schools, winning their district. Valley Park 24-4, Miller at 15-12. That game is 6 o'clock game. I think all these are 6 o'clock. Then the Windsor Greyhounds coming in at 20-7 against the University Academy Charter Griffins 18-9. That game will be at Cole Camp, Missouri. And again in St. Joseph Christian hosting the North Platte Panthers at 24-4 against the 17-10 South Harrison Bulldogs. Another one of those teams that has boys and girls that have advanced. And at never mind, this is a repeat. Bowling Green High School will be the Principia Panthers 25-2 against the Monroe City Panthers. Now, Principia's schedule is special. Just an example, they had a tournament where they played a team in Miami, Florida, Marietta, Georgia, Virginia, and Bartlett, Tennessee. So, don't let their schedule fool you. They have they didn't play a lot of Missouri schools. They are a very tough team ranked in the nation. Should be a good game to watch. And then Lynn High School will host the Centralia Panthers at 18-8. And the Dixon Bulldogs at 24-4, a team, same matchup as the girls. Hard to get double district champions, especially playing each other. But this will be one of those cases here, a 6 o'clock start. I'll be streaming that game on Allen Hilliard Sports on MSHSAA TV. And at Houston High School, it would be Liberty Mountain View, a very good ball team. They actually beat Dixon by 35 earlier this year. So, a very tough team for Liberty Mountain View, 26-2 against the Seymour Tigers at 20-7. Again, March 3rd at 6 o'clock tip-off. And at Stockton High School, New Heights Christian Cougars 22-6 against the Skyline Tigers. Again, the girls advanced on it earlier in Skyline, so another double district winner. And now we're going to take a look at where the next round will be played here, Caruthersville and Valley Park. That game will be at St. Genevieve High School near the Boot Hill. The Windsor and Platte County winners will play at Staley High School in Kansas City. Principia and the Centralia Dixon game will be at Mexico High School, same as the girls. Some of these same as girls, some are not. And our final matchup will be at Republic High School. That will be a 1 p.m. start on Saturday. That's going to be Liberty Mountain View against the New Heights Christian, Skyline, or Seymour ball game there. That is our Class 3 boys. We appreciate you for joining me for that. We're going to take a word from some of our sponsors. We will be back here in a few minutes. And thank you for joining us, Allen Hilliard Sports. Come visit the downtown service station in Waynesville, Missouri. They have been there for many years. Used to be the Schultz service station, but they do maintenance. You can get gas. They sell Route 66 merchandise. There are plenty things to do downtown. Be sure to stop there and visit the friendly staff. If you need a quick job done, they can take care of it, or just stop in and say hi.
To the block and tackle the Mac Stack, a Dickey's Barbecue Pit game changer. Our signature mac and cheese topped with Dickey's quality slow smoked meats. And Dickey's delivers just in time for kickoff. Visit Dickeys.com, legit Texas barbecue.
Dickey's Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Newburgh Wolves and Lady Wolves, as well as the area schools and communities in Rolla. Among other areas they serve, be sure to check them out on Kings Highway. Enjoy Dickey's Barbecue, greatest in town. And here is our Class 1 girls for the district winners here. First game is Delta and Chadwick. They will play in the top matchup there. Both 24-4 coming into the game. Two very good programs. Both will play at Van Buren High School down in the Boot Hill area. And then our next game matched up, Walnut Grove, a team not unfamiliar here with Final Fours. 24-4, they'll face a 12-15 Exeter Tigers team. That game will be at Diamond High School. And at Maysville, they will host Norwood and Gillum City with North Davies. 15-11, or not Norwood, Norborn. We'll see here Norwood later against the 26-1 Gillum City Hawks, I believe. And from St. Joseph Christian High School in St. Joe, Missouri, we'll have North Andrew facing Rockport. 9-14 Cardinals facing the 26-2 Rockport Blue Jays. And our other next Class 1 matchup will feature the 17-11 Hume Hornets against the 23-4 Greenwood Lady Tigers. That game will be at Butler High School. All these games will be on Monday, of course. And then from Stover, very pretty area, by the way. The 23-5 Wheatland and Lady Mules will face the St. Elizabeth Lady Hornets. We've had them on the broadcast a few times. Two very good teams facing each other. Possibly two Final Four teams. So, winner coming out of that could be interesting. And at Mexico High School, it'll be the New Franklin Lady Bulldogs at 22-6 against the 23-5 Northeast Cairo Lady Bearcats. So another very good matchup here for Class 1. And our sectional number 6, our final sectional here from Class 1. I don't know if that's number 6 or not, but Anyways, it will be the North Shelby Lady Raiders against the 19 and 10, or the 19 and 10 North Shelby Lady Raiders against the 22 and 6 Grundy County with Newton Harris Lady Panthers. So, good matchup there. Again, that game is at Merceline High School in Merceline, Missouri. So that is our Class 1 matchup there. The winner of the Delta, Walnut Grove, and so on matchup will play at Mountain View Liberty High School. That game will be on March 6th. The next bracket of 4 with Norborn and North Andrew, they will play at Gatlin High School in Gatlin, Missouri. And then Hume and Wheatland winners, whichever one of the 4 teams come out, will play at Lincoln High School. And then the final bottom bracket there that we talked about, they'll play at Salisbury High School. So that is your matchups here for this week for Class 1 in the state tournament. Auto Service in Dixon, Missouri is a proud supporter of the Dixon Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season, as well as all the other area schools and towns around Dixon, Missouri. If you need auto repairs, be sure to check him out on 801 West 4th Street, whether it be alignments, tires, whatever it need be. Check out Danny's Auto Service for all your small and big jobs in Dixon, Missouri.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
So our Class 2 matchups for Monday night will start off with Portageville and Chaffee. Portageville 22-5, Chaffee 21-6. Our second matchup here will be at Kingston High School. It'll be the Bismarck Lady Indians at 20-4. They'll face a Duchesne Pioneers team that may provide a spoiler here if they could pick up a victory. And then from Smith Cotton High School, the Archie Whirlwinds 21-4 will face the Crest Ridge Cougars. That game in Sedalia. And Benton St. Joe, another playoff game up there in St. Joe. It will be the Barstow Knights at 18-6 facing the Albany Warriors. A Northern Missouri matchup on that. And at Palmyra High School, the Clompton Hawks 21-7 will face, or 27-1 will face 21-7 Canton Lady Tigers. These sectional numbers don't match up very well. But anyways, from Harrisburg, Missouri, it'll be the Westrom Lady Hawks at 21-8 against the 20-8 Tipton Lady Cardinals. So a very competitive matchup there. Both teams have only faced Fayette. So a lot of these teams have not played each other in this tournament. And then at Marshfield, our second to last quarterfinal, the Iberia Rangers at 19-8, the team that I have covered several times here this year, will face the Norwood Pirates, which I've also covered here. So Norwood's 25-3, so Iberia, they've faced some tough teams though. They had a good game against Dixon. They defeated a good Crocker team. There's some good matchups coming into that. And then our final matchup here, this game will be at Crane High School. The Greenwood Lady Blue Jays will face the Marionville Lady Comets, Greenwood 22-4. And Marionville 24-5. So a very tough matchup coming into this. Also, they're at Crane. And that is your Class 2 matchups. They all play on Monday here. We're going to take a short look here. The Portageville-Bismarck games. The winner of that will play at Dexter High School on March 6th. Archie and Barstow game. The winner of that will play at Excelsior Springs High School. And the Clompton-Westrom game will play at Sturgeon High School. And then the Iberia-Greenwood matchup, which could be a very good matchup here if they both advance, will play at Bolivar High School, a very nice facility. So that is your matchup for Class 2 girls this week. We're going to take a word from some sponsors. We'll be right back. Pawn Shop is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and all the area schools, including the Frisco League basketball tournament. Be sure to visit them down by the front gate of Fort Leonard Wood. The Bank of Crocker, since 1911, has been in Pulaski County and the surrounding area for many years. They have home loans, auto loans, whatever loans you need. Give them a call. They are member FDIC and the Equal Housing Home Lender.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Progressive Ozark Bank in Licking, Missouri is a supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats athletics, including this Frisco League tournament for the boys and the girls, and the district tournament. Thank you, Progressive Ozark Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing and Lender. Town and Country Bank is also a supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats, along with other activities in the Licking area and Texas County. Be sure to stop by, give them a call, member FDIC, for all your banking needs. Town and Country Bank in Licking, Missouri. And we are back, and thank you for joining us here. We're now going to talk about the matchups here in Class 3. Our first matchup here is Twin Rivers and St. Vincent. The Lady Royals of Twin Rivers are 19-9. They'll face the 21-7 St. Vincent Lady Indians. That game will be at Sykeston High School. It's a Southeast Missouri matchup. Then we'll move our way to Festus here, 16-10 Arcadia Valley Lady Tigers against the Lutheran North Lady Crusaders at just 8-18. Play a very tough schedule. The Holden Eagles at 9-18 will face the 22-6 Lone Jack Mules. Fun fact, the former Waynesville High School football coach, Rick Vernon, from Lone Jack, Missouri, coached up there. That game played at Santa Fe High School. And I think I doubled up on that one. East Buchanan will host the Bishop LeBlond Golden Eagles at 14-13 against the 19-7 South Harrison Bulldogs. And I think I doubled up on that one too. Alright, and then from Winfield High School, Principia, 26-2 will face a 23-5 Highland Cougars team. This could be a good matchup, or this could be a blowout here. Principia, a very good private school program. And the local matchup, I'll actually be covering this on Allen Hilliard Sports on Misha TV. The Centralia Panthers 25-3 against a 22-6 Dixon Lady Bulldogs team. This is a very solid matchup here. This could be a good game. That game at Lynn High School. And from Kabul, Willow Springs 21-6 against the Spartan Lady Trojans, or Sparta Lady Trojans. I don't know a lot about Sparta. Willow Springs is a good, solid program. I do know that. And then at Liberal High School, these all are on Monday, by the way. Our final matchup on here, Ash Grove 20-8 against the 22-6 Skyline Lady Tigers. Skyline, no stranger at Final Fours. So that is another matchup to look forward to here. And again, now we're going to take a look, as we did before, at the next round here, the quarterfinal sites. Of course, championships will be at Mizzou. First one, Twin Rivers and Arcadia Valley game, actually is set to be at Arcadia Valley High School. But as far as I know, it will not be there if Arcadia Valley advances. That's from what Misha has told me on that. That is the plan on that anyway. And then Oak Park will host the Holden and Bishop LeBlond game. And the Principia Centralia basketball game with Dixon in it would be at Fulton High School. And the final matchup of the quarterfinals will be at Nixa High School, a very nice facility down there. Had a girls game. That's a Willow Springs and Ash Grove game. So, again, thank you for joining us here. We'll talk about the boys after these messages here. You're listening to Allen Hilliard Sports. Borum of Cross Creek Realty is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Crocker Lions, as well as all the other area Frisco League teams in this part of Missouri. Be sure to check him out at Cross Creek Realty for all your home needs, whether it be selling a house or looking for a house. They have homes to sell and homes to buy. Rennie Tire Pro is your local tire shop in the Licking area. Be sure to check them out for whether it be just changing a tire, buying a set of new tires, small auto repair. Check out Rennie Tire in Licking, Missouri. Rennie Pharmacy is a proud supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats this year. Be sure to check them out for all your pharmacy needs in Licking, Missouri. The Bank of Iberia is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Waynesville and Iberia communities, along with all the other Frisco League teams in the area. Be sure to give them a call. They are a member FDIC, Equal Home Housing Lender, 2 locations, Waynesville and Iberia. And now we're going to have a preview of the big school districts here in mainly Southwest Missouri, with schools we also have covered in the past. So we'll give you an update on those. Appreciate you for joining me on Allen Hilliard Sports. First district that directly affects us here is, first we'll start with the, I believe this is the boys here. It is the boys. This game up in St. Louis and at Rolla High School. It is the Rolla Bulldogs first against the Northwest Cedar Hill Lions. That game at Rolla. Actually, that second game, that's at 7:30. The first game at 5:30 is a 4-5 seed. It's kind of a weird matchup there, isn't it? But anyways, Lafayette Wildwood will face Parkway West. And then Marquette will play Waynesville at 5:30. This game at Marquette. And then Eureka will play at Marquette against Parkway South at 7 p.m. And then the winners of these games will play, let me make sure I got it right, at Marquette. So the champions will move on. They'll play Marquette up there. So you can check those out on Marquette High School on MSHSAA TV. You can watch all the district games on MSHSAA TV. Now for the Waynesville girls, actually first we'll go to the girls side of this tournament here, which does involve Rolla, so we will talk about that right now. And this is a split district for the Waynesville Tigers, but for Rolla it is not this year. They were different classes last year. They're in the same this year, but the first game will be at Marquette. I'm assuming it is at Marquette. It'll be Marquette and Northwest Cedar Hill, the number 1 seed, and Marquette a very good position to win that game against the 2-14 Northwest Cedar Hill Lions. The 4-5 game will play the winner of that first game, the Rolla and Lafayette Wildwood. Rolla, a solid team this year. But now St. Joseph's Academy, the number 2 seed in that, against Parkway West. That game will be at Eureka High School. Eureka, the 3 seed. Eureka will then follow at 5 o'clock. At 6:30 against Parkway South. So a 5:30 start for Marquette and Northwest Cedar Hill. A 7 p.m. start for Rolla and Lafayette Wildwood. But then over at Eureka, it's a 5 o'clock start for St. Joseph's Academy. And a 6:30 start for Parkway South. That is that district there. And now Class 6, District 5. That is where the Waynesville Girls District is. It's a weird split how they did that. But we'll start at 4 p.m. These games at Republic. Be Kickapoo and Neosho. And then Ozark and Branson will play after that at 5:30. Followed by Republic and Waynesville. Republic, the 2 seed and the host. And then Nixa and Glendale will play the 3-6 ball game on that. That will be the matchups for you there. Appreciate you for watching on that, but the MSHSAA site is a little wonky on that for some reason. But anyways, that's the Waynesville matchup for you if you want to follow the Waynesville boys and girls. We'll take a look at St. James here since we got a chance there, Class 4. And we'll be back right after these messages. After the St. James, we'll go to the messages. We'll talk about St. James right now. Electric is a proud supporter of the Dixon Bulldogs and all the schools in their district in Pulaski County, Missouri, along with Marys County and other locations throughout Missouri. Good luck to the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season from Gasco Sage Electric. G-Tech Fiber is built to last. Your local area internet run on Gasco Sage Electric power poles. Reach out to Gasco Sage Electric for all your G-Tech Fiber internet needs, whether you live rural or in the city. They can provide internet. Chris Pills Basketball is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, Pocahontas Redskins, and the area schools. Allen Hilliard Sports will once again be providing the coverage of the Waynesville youth football for grades kindergarten all the way to 6th grade this year, from week 1 all the way to the championship in November. Games will start first week of September. Be sure to reach out WIF Football if you'd like to play. First, we'll bring you the St. James Boys District here. The district location of that is, waiting for it to load, is at Cuba. For the boys anyway. But on the boys' side, St. James is the 1 seed. They'll face the winner of Owensville and Sullivan. That they'll play on March 5th at 5:30. And then Salem will play St. Clair or Cuba. That game on Tuesday. The winner will play on Thursday against the number 2 Salem Tigers. Now the girls' matchup here will be Cuba number 1. This game the district location is also at Cuba. Not too far down the road from St. James. Cuba will host St. Clair and Owensville, 4-5 game. Girls will play Monday. Semifinals will be on Wednesday. St. James is the 2 seed in that. They will host either Sullivan or Salem. The 3-6 ball game. Both those games at 7 o'clock on that side of the bracket. The top half, as I mentioned, was at 5:30. So that is your matchup for St. James. Championships are Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. and I bet it's at 1. It's at 1 o'clock for Saturday. But that is your matchups for the St. James Tigers and Lady Tigers. So again, thank you for joining us on tonight's podcast here It is a pleasure bringing you this, but of course, always be sure to check out Allen Hilliard Sports for more action. Girls will play on Monday, boys will play on Tuesday in the next round. And then the sectional or the quarterfinal round will play, I believe, Friday and Saturday. So that will set up our final four for later this week. But again, thank you for joining us on Allen Hilliard Sports. Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught by many things through sports, in addition to the skills they learn: self-control, ideals of fair play, honesty, respect for authority, and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences. Once again, thank you to the Arkansas Athletic Association, and good luck, Pocahontas Member School, Arkansas Activities Association.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
You're still talking to your friend?
It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji!
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
And our final segment will be an edited segment, courtesy of the Missouri Sports Network, with the Principia Girls, one of our district winners here. He talked with them a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, about their season, and we'll leave it to him as we end our podcast for the week. Thank you for joining.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back here to High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go to the St. Louis area, bring in Principia High School, the Lady Panthers, and head coach Josh Spool. Coach Spool, thanks for your time today.
Really appreciate you, Guy. Thank you.
You're coming off those back-to-back Final Four trips. What did you have to replace due to graduation, coming into this season, and who are some of the young ladies that have stepped into those roles?
Yeah, we had some great seniors last year. Jayla Hawkins, Kara Payne, Sherlyn Numa, they just really good kids. Jayla was a captain for us, starter. Had some big games, hit a lot of big shots for us. But the kids have really stepped up, I think in the whole preseason, everything we've done from the spring to the summer to the fall, just to, move into those spots. The kids sitting with me here have all stepped up big time to kind of fill those gaps.
Well, obviously coming off of, back-to-back Final Fours and having several returners, you kind of felt good going into this season. Was there a point during this season, and maybe it goes back, and maybe it's the visitation, Christmas tournament, maybe it's the Tipton shootout. Were there times during the season where you felt like, okay, they're kind of starting to round into shape, they've kind of turned the corner, they're familiar with each other, we've got an opportunity, to make a run? Is there a game you can look at back during this season?
Oh, wow. Yeah, the visitation tournament's loaded, and it's right down the street, which is great. I've always enjoyed just going and watching games there, and I've had some teams in the past be able to play in it. So we were really excited when we got invited by Paul Stecklin over at Viz. We got to play 4 really good games. I think when we beat Belleville East, who's a team that is doing really well in Illinois, I think that really showed me like, hey, we're going to do it this year. We got the pieces. That was just a huge game for the team. They were undefeated at the time. And we really stepped up.
Coach, just a little bit on your background. How long have you been there at Principia? Where did you go to high school, college, and how did you arrive at Principia?
So this is year 17 as a head coach for myself. This is year 4 at Prin. Couldn't be happier. I came from Webster Groves High School before that, which was a great place too. And this has just been a awesome experience. The school, the community, everybody's just been very supportive, very loving, which has been, just huge for myself and my family when we made this decision to switch from public to private school. I went to Pacific High School out past Six Flags, and I coached there for a while before I went to Webster. And Principia, it just was kind of word of mouth. I'm really good friends with our boys coach, Jay Blossom, who was helping me at Webster a little bit after he retired. And he told me, hey, I'm going to go check out a school to be a head coach again. I was like, that's awesome. And he said Principia. And I was like, okay. And next thing you know, I was over here with him and wearing a hard hat, walking through our new gym while it was being finished. So that was a pretty cool experience. And I appreciate Jay and the athletic department here for bringing me in.
24 games into the season right now. You're just, 3 games, I believe, out of districts with what you have remaining on your schedule, or maybe just 2 games. But tell us a little bit, what, as a coach, what do you feel like right now as a team you're doing really well?
What's fun, I think is fun with us, we play full court, we want to run, we can play 9, 10 kids, which I think keeps everybody motivated. And the group just really gets along well. They hold each other accountable. They push each other. It's a real family.
Coach, you've got 3 young ladies sitting there beside you. When you're making out the practice schedule and you're putting the drills in, is there, when you put a drill down, you write it down, is there one that you think, man, they're not going to like this? Is there one, maybe it's just one player there sitting beside us, man, I don't know that she's going to like this. Are there drills there that you think, man, it's going to make them uncomfortable, but they need it?
There's one or 20 that stand out to me. Again, since we like to play full court, we got to be moving a lot. We try to keep practice where we go drill to drill. We don't dredge on things for too long. But one thing I know, when I coach D layups, when they have to, do something in a certain amount of time and try to get no misses and it's full court, they all kind of maybe shrug their shoulders a little bit, roll their eyes a little bit when we get into that drill.
Coach, you got, as I mentioned, the 3 young ladies sitting beside you. Start where you'd like. Introduce her and tell me a little bit about her, and we'll visit with her.
Okay, so our senior, this is Nija. You can raise your hand.
Hi.
This is Nija Williams. Just been such a huge piece of what we've done over these years. She came in as a sophomore to kind of really help get this program rolling in the right direction. She's our glue player. Does all the dirty work, bumping with people bigger than her and never backs down from anybody. The tips, the rebounds. I mean, she really makes us go. And then I've got my point guard here, Logan Love. She's a sophomore, has really stepped up this year. She can score, she can dish, she can really push the tempo, which helps. And then Deja Scott on the end here, junior, top 5 scorer in St. Louis, multiple Division I offers, and also with all of that is still one of the most respectful, humble kids that I've ever got to coach. She's really stepped up as a leader this year, being a captain, and just, makes us go. And these 3 right here, I think, are a huge reason why we've had so much success over the last few years.
All right, Nija. Hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for being part of it, and thanks for being part of the Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week. Congratulations on a tremendous start, Nija. But tell us, the viewers, just a little bit about what you perceive your roles and responsibilities are on the team being a senior.
I feel like my role is to give the younger kids, teach them basically what we are supposed to do in practice and in the game, and our roles as a team, and to encourage each other. And because I've been here since sophomore year, and I feel like I've learned so much as I've been here, and I just want to teach the younger kids before it's too late. That feeling of second place and getting yelled at in the journey it takes to want to win and want to win it all in general. But I also think my role on the team is just, like you said, to be the glue of the team and to do the small things, because that's very important to do. So, yeah.
As you look back at your sophomore year, were there young ladies on the team that kind of mentored you, that you've kind of said, hey, I want to be like so-and-so, they were really good to me? Are there people you can look back on in your past that has helped you be that leader as a senior?
Definitely Jayla Hawkins. She was a great leader, and I've known her since I was since I was like a little kid, and we like grew up together. But she's always been a great leader, and she's taught me like so many things throughout, even like off the court too. So yeah, definitely Jayla.
What on a game day, when you wake up in the morning, what does that look like? How are you getting physically prepared, uh, mentally prepared? Are you watching film? Are you getting a good breakfast? Do you have to eat the same food? What are you doing to kind of get prepared on a game day?
Okay, usually on game days I have like bubble guts, so I really don't eat before the games. But I like to look up like TikToks or like basketball moves or simple moves to do against defenders. And I would like listen to all kinds of music. And my one of our coaches have made a like anxiety pack where I like just do these breathing routines and I talk positive about myself so I can like feel good about the game.
Coming into this season, and I do this just by virtue of what I do. I'll go through schedules and I'll look at games. An example would be back on the 9th when you guys took on Jackson. That was a game on my radar, which actually led to trying to get this interview set up. I felt like this is a team that needs to get some more publicity. Are there games on your schedule that you look at and maybe put a mental check mark by, like I'm looking forward to this game? Maybe it's a team that you know someone on the team. Maybe it's a team that is a rivalry, or maybe it's a team that beat you last year and you kind of want to get that revenge. Are there games that you're looking forward to?
Yes, I was definitely looking forward to the Jackson game because last year we ended up losing to them. And I was looking forward to the Incarnate game because, we always want to beat Incarnate. And I don't know any other games, but I feel like every game I'm excited for, but definitely those two that I can think of right now.
That Jackson game, you get a 6-point win. What was that experience like, and what was your role in that game?
I mean, my role was just to fight as hard as I can, make sure my girl isn't scoring or doing anything she can to win. And that game felt great. I felt really great after that game because we ended up winning, and I feel like it was a pretty decent win.
Outstanding. I guess we'll go to Logan. Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
No, now she's pointing to Deja. So you want Deja to go?
No, it's Logan. It's
Okay,
Logan. She's ready.
All right. Tell us a little bit about the position that you play and kind of what you feel like your roles and responsibilities are.
I'm the point guard. The role I think I play the best at is probably pushing the tempo and knowing when to slow down or speed the game up and making sure our teammates are all on the same page. Like make sure we play together and not difference if we're separated and stuff.
Do you prefer to play fast, or do you enjoy kind of slowing down, getting in a set? What if you had your preference, what would you do?
For me, it depends on the game, but I normally like to get the ball up and score as fast as possible. And if we do need to run a set, yes, I will run the set. But like our coach Doley says, just push the ball up the floor, and then our defense will slow down or they'll speed up. Depends.
Now, are you lobbying coach for any at timeouts, or maybe anytime you're on the bench, or you telling them, hey, we need to do this, we need to run this play? I mean, you're kind of the coach on the floor, but do you kind of lobby on behalf of your teammates?
Yeah, sometimes, but normally I'm trying to listen to him and hear what he sees. But if I see something, then I'll tell him. But normally, it's when I come out the game, just so I can know if we're on the same page.
What games coming into this season were you looking particularly forward to playing?
I was looking forward to playing Quincy, getting our get back, because last year I missed that layup and that was not good. So I wanted to get our get back on them. And then Jackson was not the best game for us last year, so I wanted to get that get back too. But Quincy, that was up there.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing on game day. That morning to that evening before you get dressed out for the game. What are you doing to kind of get prepared mentally and physically?
I'm normally pretty calm, but the first thing I would normally do is probably look at film on the other team on Huddle. I would just watch maybe a quarter or two just to know who I might be guarding or how their style of game is. And normally I just listen to music and text the group chat, the team group chat or something. But other than that, I'm just pretty chill.
All right, what are you listening to? What's on your iPod or your iPhone?
NBA YoungBoy, Vet Motors. I listen to that before my game.
Now we have Deja. Deja, tell us a little bit about what your role and responsibilities are on the team and what position you play.
I'm a forward, and I think like my roles on the team is to guide everyone and kind of just make sure everyone's on the same page and communicating about things. We play really fast and like have a lot of energy when we play. So when that can get like a little out of control, I make sure to let everyone like no, slow down. We have time, try to get into something. I feel like just communicating with my team and being like a role model for like working hard and like hustling and just encouraging is like a really big thing for me because I know people can get in their head a lot. So I feel like that's one of my big roles on the team.
I'm going to ask you, and you're going to get the last word on this, but who do you hear the most when you're playing a game? What person on the floor, and maybe Coach Spool, but who is the loudest talker?
The loudest talker is definitely our shooting guard, Naya Walker. I think that she communicates very well what's going on and just talking to maybe distract the other team or talking to us. Like she does a really good job of talking on the floor, and she gets me talking. She lets me know where she's going or where she's at, and that really helps us. Especially like in the start of the game, getting out there and having energy. So.
All right. Well, that's good. You pick somebody that's not here. They can't defend themselves. But tell us a little bit about what you do on game day to kind of get prepared.
On game days, I really make sure I just stretch and I don't really eat before games at all. I can't, but I make sure I get a lot of fluids in my body and I stretch before games and make sure I get my ankle wrapped before the game as well. But I really just have a calm pregame type of day. I listen to music, anything I would usually do. I get to the gym early. I like to shoot if I can before the games and stuff. So.
Very good. Very good. Do you have like a night before meal? When I was growing up playing high school and even college football, it would always be this huge spaghetti pasta meal the night before. I mean, do you have a night before meal you have to eat?
I don't really have a night before meal. I do eat pasta a lot. I like to get my carbs in before I work out a lot, but so that could be like a day before meal, but on the day I don't really eat anything. So.
All right. Are you having fun?
Yes, I'm having a lot of fun. The season has been great with this team and just our energy, and especially after the people that we had graduating last year, it's been really fun this year.
What's the most? Is it pregame? Is it the bus rides? Is it practice? Where do you enjoy? What time do you enjoy the most?
I definitely enjoy like the pregame, the bus rides, and even if we're playing at home just before the games, is really fun. And seeing our family, like everyone in the gym and like when we're warming up and stuff, it's like really fun to see everyone supporting us and just being there for each other and having energy. So.
Security Bank is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, and they are the main supporter this year and sponsor of all broadcasts with Allen Hilliard Sports. They've been around since World War II through the thick and the thin, supporting the Waynesville-St. Robert community through all these years of growth, and continue to support the Waynesville-St. Robert community through 2 locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, one in downtown by the courthouse, the other location in St. Robert. Be sure to check out Security Bank of Pulaski County for all your banking needs. They are member FDIC, whether it be car loan, house loan, they can make it happen. Again, thank you, Security Bank, for all your support. And Security Bank wishes the best for all the Tigers and Lady Tigers this season in all their competitions, whether it be arts or athletics. Again, Security Bank of Pulaski County, 2 convenient locations.